the Daniel that you're now seeing?
He's the performance last weekend was, I think I'm right in saying, breathtaking from our point of view watching that, because as you rightfully said, Don, all week we were building up towards the show. We were speaking to many different people, and a lot of people were saying, listen, it's a close one. It's a perfect timing of the fight, but a lot of people were siding towards Anthony Joshua.
Let's get it right. No, 97%.
I picked Joshua to win.
I know. Sorry. Can I interrupt that? This young man here, right? I've known Garath has known me longer than everybody. In fact, Garath was the first presenter, reporter, journalist to acknowledge me. He pulled me to one side. This is not a lot of people know this. To one side to say to me, young man, I like the way you conduct yourself. I like the way he was very observant. Yeah, everybody else ignored me. They wouldn't give you the time of the day. He gave me the time of the day in the very, very beginning. You've probably forgotten. But I have a very good memory. Along the way, some things happened to you where you're now, he's become my biggest critic. Based with no foundation. So I don't know what I've done to you, my friend. Every time any of my, Daniel in particular, you've got it wrong every time, my dear friend. Every wrong, badly wrong. Yeah.
Well, what with Daniel, you mean?
Yeah, your predictions. Without I don't want you to say, oh,
it's not against you.
It's just the way.
Wait.
It's just the way you say it. This is deeper, because remember, I keep bringing the age into it. I'm a very wise old man. And when someone speaks, I've also become a psychologist. I didn't get a degree in it, but human psychology. I study humans. Mm-hmm. I made my job to study humans. And there's a deeper thing, and that's what gets me. It almost becomes personal. It's almost like you're wishing for me to fail.
No, that's not true.
I'm telling you.
That's not true.
No, but I'm telling you how it comes across. It's
almost I pick with my head, not my heart, Don.
It's almost like you're wishing. You're getting your personal thoughts cluttered with your profession. You're mixing the two. You should always be able to separate them. Okay.
No, I always pick with my head, not my heart. So
it's an observation.
If I pick with my heart, I'll be with you. Right? You know that.
No, like I said, it's a deeper meaning. It's not just you. It's not an isolated problem. There's a number of experts, so-called experts, and you're not going to like what I'm going to say, but I've come here to speak. I always speak the truth.
I know you do, but that's what I love about you.
In every job we do, in every walk of life, when we get something wrong, when I get my job wrong, I get the sack. I get sacked. I get fired. In football management, you get your job wrong, you get sacked. How many times are you guys going to get it wrong and you still keep your job? Because what you don't realize, one second, all you experts, this is not just Garath, it just happens Garath is here in front of me. All you experts, reporters, you don't know the consequences or the consequence, your predictions and the impact it has on people's lives. Mm-hmm. This is my life. My job is my life. You don't know what I do. The money I earn from it feeds people from here to Africa. So it's so important for me to win. And when we lose, you guys don't know. I don't drink and I don't smoke. I don't have no escapism. God forbid should we have lost that fight last Saturday. I don't even know what would have become of me. Do you know how many people that depends on me to succeed?
No, I don't.
Right. So when you guys, all the experts, when you're making, I'm not saying you can't judge your opinion. Yes, you can. But there's this, I detect this, there's a deeper meaning to your predictions. You're wishing for us to fail. I can feel the energy.
That's not true.
And the reason...
And those are the words of Don Charles yet again as he goes off and uses Garath Davies as an example on how they personally bet or predict against Daniel Woah. And first off, I want to tell you guys something. Don Charles, you can tell he's a very, very, very sensitive guy. You know what I mean? He puts everything right on his sleeve. Absolutely. him saying that, oh, well, I have learned or I have began to become a people's expert on how I feel that they prey on the prediction and they want those guys to win. I don't think that he has any type of right to do that. He can feel it all he wants, and I think that's what he was saying, but that doesn't make it true. Okay, I don't think Garath Davies actually, wanted to bet against him. He just didn't think he was going to win. I have nothing personal against Dubois. I just didn't think he was going to win. I just didn't think so. And yes, it was based on the fight that he had before and based on his flaws and his holes and his lack of defense on the fight that he had before the fight that he had with AJ. That's it. That's all. You know what I mean? But as far as doncharles goes, though, again, I do agree with him, though. I do think if he would have lost, if Daniel would have lost, he would have been sacked and he would have been without a job. Now, what we did not know, me, Garath Davies, and company, and everyone else who heard this interview, did not know that he fed people from London or from the UK back to Africa. Nobody knew that. But that's one of those personal things and struggles that you don't know about a particular person. You don't know about it at all. And that is something worth mentioning, especially now since he's won, since people knows, the burden that he's under. And I think that may bring that sensitivity and that, a lot of that intensity there, that anxiety there. I think that's what brings that. I think he's now just telling everybody this and where you go and this and that and the other. But I think at a certain point, though, you should understand where and how to be thankful, not just saying it, but feeling it, because it almost like you're like a bitter person. doncharles is like he's just mad and angry at everyone that bet against Danny Dubois, which in fact, you should just be praising God that Dubois done something that nobody thought he was going to do. And it is a petty reflex to say, I told you guys, and you ain't this, and you ain't that, and you ain't this, and I bet you didn't want. Look, it is an option, but it's not always the best option. I'm just going to keep it real. It's not the best thing to do, but I do agree with him. Again, the stress, the anxiety, all the tension, all that was coming from the fact that, yes, there was things that was going against you, but Garath Davies is not something that you grab and use as something that was against you. No, a lot of things were against you, and it was in your own camp that was against you. And it was people that were against you, because I guarantee you this, people. I guarantee you, if Danny Dubois would have got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, his dad would have sacked him, and he would have been gone, and he wouldn't have had a job. Okay? Because we see too much of that in the world of boxing, where a fighter loses based on what he did wrong, right? And he did only, and then the trainer gets thrown under the bus for it. We've seen that too many times. And doncharles is no exception. But you guys tell me what you think of doncharles going off on Garath Davies, that you are a fake fan, you always bet against me, and you wanted the worst from me and my fighter. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!